from your pitching staff? What was working out there for them?
Pretty hard to lose when the other team doesn't score. That's a couple of midweek games in a row now that Stretch A's gone out there and pitched really well. He's kind of settling in a little bit to that role. He's getting a little bit better as he's doing it. I thought his stuff today was better than it was last midweek game, so it's encouraging that he's getting a little bit better as we go.
Was it the fastball again today for him?
It was not as much because, with scouting reports these days and everybody's games are on the internet. These guys went and watched Stretch A's outing, against Kent State, and they're smart guys. They know he threw 85% fastballs, so they were ready to hit the fastball. So we had to change things up a little bit, but he was able to do that. The good thing about him is he can throw strikes with all three pitches, and that can keep you off the fastball a little bit.
Coach, what's the importance of getting a win in these midweek games? You don't play 3 games like in the weekend, but still something to take your.
The first couple of years we were here, we didn't win all of our midweek games, and I attributed that to the travel in the Big 12, and kids weren't used to it. We were getting tired in the middle of the year, and we've really done a tremendous job, I think, in the last 4 years probably of addressing that and making sure guys get enough sleep and get enough rest. And between our nutritionist and our strength and conditioning guy, we make sure that we're taking care of guys' bodies. And because coming off of a Big 12 weekend, when we come back home and lose an hour to travel, our kids don't get to bed till 3 o'clock in the morning on Sunday night / Monday morning, and if you have to play on Tuesday, it's pretty tough. So we've taken steps to address that. And in the last 4 years, we've really played well in the midweek games, and that gets you in regionals. And if you don't win them, it keeps you out of regionals. So you can't stress the importance of these games enough against good teams. All the teams we play are going to win a lot of games this year.
Came into the season with a lot of guys that needed development, and especially when it comes to pitchers. At this point in the season, how do you feel about how comfortable are you with those guys?
I mean, we've pitched great. There's no two ways to say that. And it's been, Stretch A's been good. Without him going 5 or 6 innings on Tuesdays, that if you have to throw 5 or 6 guys in the middle of the week, it kind of limits you a little bit on the weekend. So to have a guy that can do that in the middle of the week, he's developed really well. Jake Waters has been really good for us, another freshman. Jake Carr's been outstanding for us, another freshman. So we couldn't be doing it without those guys. And now we've got Hayden Erb back. He pitched twice down in Mercer, and he's really going to help us. And big Daniel Outerkirk, another freshman's coming off Tommy John surgery. He's throwing really good bullpens right now. You'll see his name in the next 2-3 weeks. So kind of like where we're at, but we're getting to the tough part too. Going into Texas Tech's not going to be any easy feat. They're one of the best offensive teams in the country, so everybody's going to have to pitch well for us to get down there and win.
How do you go about preparing the team, for this series?
You really don't have to. Kids are kids. They look at the schedule and they know what Texas Tech's doing and how many times they've been to Omaha. And you don't have to get a team fired up to play those guys near as much as you have to get them fired up to play the Liberties and the Kent States, because they're just kids. They get excited about certain games and not excited about others, and this is one they've been excited about for a long time.
Coach, the top of the order really set the tone early, and they've been doing that all year. What kind of value have they brought to the offense?
I mean, it's been amazing. We've had, I think we're outscoring opponents in the first inning of games by a landslide, and it's so much easier to pitch with a lead, with Zardniski and Austin Davis and Dones setting the table. Now we've got guys driving them in. You get up even 1-0 in the first inning. That enables you to, as long as there's nobody on base, you can't lose the lead. If you've got a 1-run lead. So if you get 2 or 3, that makes it that much easier, and everybody kind of settles in. That's been really, really important for those guys at the top.
Was it a day off for Victor?
Victor's had an injury. He's gonna. I don't know what we're allowed to say about that. I don't have a clue, but no, it was not a day off. It's an injury situation.
Are you comfortable with Vince in the outfield?
Yeah, he does well out there. He's never played out there, and he got exactly 0 balls out there today. So He played out there some this past weekend. He's played inter squads out there, but he's going to have to play out there. Without Victor, somebody's going to have to go out there, and he's athletic enough to go out there and really do well out there.
Coach, you've had a lot of success in the early part of the season. You're always on the road, but do you like where your team is at right now heading into this tough stretch of play in Big 12?
Yeah, you got to like where we're at. We always say we've played more home games this year than we ever have, up until this point. But we say as much as we travel early, just survive it, man. Just survive it. So when we start league play, we've already put ourselves in a pretty good position with our RPI. And, that if we just have a pretty good year in the league, you got a chance to be an NCAA team. And I think going into the game, I know it's super early, and most people don't care about it like I do, but I think our RPI is in the top 30, starting league play, and everybody in the league is good, so you would think that you wouldn't take too big of a hit by not having a good weekend. So I think we've accomplished what we needed to accomplish prior to Big 12 play. We just have to keep doing it against really good teams now. Good?
That's good.